That situation where something urgent happens and everyone's just scrambling, trying to find the right person to fix it? Well, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to dive into how you can make that entire process automatic and just seamless inside SAP S/4HANA Cloud, using a really powerful feature called responsibility management. Let's get into it. So just picture it for a second. A critical sales order gets blocked, or maybe a machine part is running low, or an invoice needs an approval, like right now. You can almost feel that little bit of panic start to bubble up, right? Whose job is this anyway? Is it Sarah from logistics, Tom from finance? And while all the emails are flying back and forth and people are making frantic phone calls, you're just losing precious time. If that sounds even a little bit familiar, well, you're going to want to stick around for this solution. And that solution is a beautifully designed feature right inside SAP called, you guessed it, responsibility management. It is built specifically to take all of that chaos and turn it into a calm, totally automated process. Okay, so what is this thing really? At its heart, it's a feature that lets you flexibly define who the responsible people are. And the best part, they get automatically notified whenever something happens that needs their attention. Now, those two words are absolutely key, flexibly and automatically. This isn't some rigid one-size-fits-all system. Nope. It's a smart framework that you get to shape to fit your business exactly how it works. So what's the end game here? What is this system really trying to do? Well, it boils down to three main things. First, it's all about defining exactly who is responsible for what, with all the little details your business needs. Second, it's about getting rid of manual work by triggering those notifications automatically, the instant an issue pops up. And finally, the ultimate goal, making sure problems get solved and solved fast, because the right expert gets looped in from the very beginning. All right, so how do you actually get this thing set up? How do you build this, intelligent system of accountability? It all comes down to three really simple but super powerful building blocks. Let's break them down.
Everything, and I mean everything, starts with the team. Now, don't just think of a team as some name in an org chart. Think of it as your dedicated squad of experts for a specific area. So you might have a blocked sales order team, for example, or an urgent procurement team. This creates one single accountable group for an entire process.
Of course, a team isn't much of a team without its players, right? So the next step is to add members. These are your people, on the ground, the individual agents, the actual human beings who are going to be doing the work and resolving the issues.
And here is where the magic really happens, where the real precision comes in. You assign functions to your team members. A function describes their specific job. So inside that procurement team, one person might have the function approve high-value orders, while another has resolve supplier issues. It's this level of detail that makes sure nothing ever falls through the cracks, and we all know how easily that can happen.
So here you can see how it all just stacks up so nicely. You start at the top with the team for the whole business process. Then you fill that team with members, the actual people. And then you get super specific by assigning functions to each of those members. It's just a clean, logical structure for defining who does what from top to bottom. But hang on, there's a really critical piece to this whole puzzle. Responsibility management is powerful for sure, but it doesn't work in a vacuum. It actually has a partner, and together they form this incredible power duo for automating your business.
And this partnership is everything. Responsibility management works hand in hand with something called the situation handling framework. Honestly, the easiest way to think about it is this. Situation handling figures out the what. It detects that something important has happened. Then, responsibility management jumps in to figure out the who, the exact right person to deal with it.
So let's just walk through how that whole flow works. Okay, step one, a situation happens. There's our blocked sales order again. Step two, the situation handling framework immediately spots it and says, whoa, this is an important event. Then step three, responsibility management kicks in, looks at all its rules, and finds the correct blocked sales order team. And finally, step four, it pinpoints the exact agent in that team whose function matches the problem, and boom, that person gets an automatic alert to get to work. It's just seamless. So now that we've seen how all these pieces fit together, let's kind of zoom out for a second and talk about the big takeaway. What's the real-world impact of all this? I mean, why does this actually matter for your business? To put it as simply as possible, you go from that process chaos we talked about to just automated clarity. It completely transforms a reactive, manual, let's figure this out process into a proactive, automated one. You're basically replacing confusion with confidence. And that transformation brings three huge benefits. First, you get flexibility. You can build rules that perfectly match how your company actually works. Then you get automation, which means notifications are instant and consistent every single time. No human error, no delays. And all of that leads to incredible efficiency, because the time you used to spend just figuring out who should solve a problem is now basically zero.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. Just take a second and think about your own organization. Think about those really critical processes, the ones where any delay costs you money or worse, customer satisfaction. Now ask yourself, how could automating responsibility completely change the way those processes run for you?
All right, today